Hello, welcome to Grapevine's Tips and Tricks. I am Andie Sophia Fontaine, news editor here at Those Fine Establishment.
My name is Hannah Jane. I'm the culture editor and listings director. And today we will be talking about how to shop on the cheap in Iceland. Iceland is a notoriously expensive place.
Yes, this is going to cover everything from food to clothes to furniture. So if you have any other suggestions, please leave them in the comments to this video. As always, like and subscribe.
Hit the bell button for notifications. Consider joining our High Five Club if you want to support our content. And oh yeah, look at our Grapevine shop. Lots of amazing presents and treats for the holidays there. So
Yes.
Without further ado,
Let's get started with food. Where to get the cheap food? Hannah, you're a big fan of Costco.
I love Costco. Like, going to Costco is the highlight of my month. No question. I love it. The thing about Costco here in Iceland, they have Costco in most countries, right? I really don't know. But what I'd recommend with Costco is that it's a bulk buy store. So you're buying 5 of an item for less money than you would buying one of it. That's what Costco is. I find it amazing if you have a very large family or if you cook using non-perishables. Like, it's a great place to buy. I was there last night, and you can buy 12 coconut milks, and that's not gonna that's not gonna get bad.
That is true.
So
that'll keep a long time.
Exactly. That's what it's really good for. I do buy some fruits and vegetables there. They sometimes have quite good deals because I bought a massive box of pomegranates for 700 kroner, which is really, really good deal.
It is.
So yeah, I get really excited by Costco. Again, I think the only downside with Costco is that sometimes, even though it's a really good really good deal, it's just not worth it to have that much food. I wanted to buy some ketchup, but they were selling 3 jumbo-sized bottles of ketchup, and I was like, that'll take me 2 years to use. Why do I need that?
Right. But if you have a big family or you live with a bunch of people, then
yes,
it's worth the paid membership.
Yeah, and you pay for a membership each year, and I think it's a good deal. I am a Costco fan.
I'll have to check it out sometime.
Yeah, you can. I can buy you something. I can start a shopping service for Costco.
That's a good idea.
Just kidding. I would never do that, Costco.
No.
You want to go? So your places now
are
Bonus and Krona.
Yes, and these are the everyday grocery stores. And Kronan has this thing called Síðasta chance, or last chance, which they usually set up towards the end of opening hours, where you'll see fruits and vegetables, but also frozen stuff. And it's been severely marked down because if they don't sell it, they're going to have to throw it away anyway. So a good time to go to Kronan is towards the last hour of when they're open. And for both of them, though, look for the Euro Shopper brand, which for our American viewers, it's like the ShopRite of Iceland. It's generic, very cheap, and reliable, usually in fantastic portions. But there are 2 things that need to be addressed because we keep seeing, especially new arrivals in Iceland, making this mistake repeatedly.
Yes.
Just do not buy bottled water in Iceland. It's literally tap water. I know everyone says this about Dasani or whatever, but it is literally
quite literally
Icelandic tap water. So, I mean, unless you're living someplace where there's no running water for whatever reason, in which case you should get a discount or a refund, you've got no reason to buy bottled water. If you just want the bottle, get yourself a little, reusable water bottle from
probably the same price.
Or cheaper. And also the beer is not beer.
They sell in... Okay, so in Iceland, of course, the alcohol is nationalized. It is only allowed to be sold in one store. So that means... But in the supermarkets and in the convenience stores, they'll have cans that look suspiciously like beer. They're from the same companies that make beer. But if you look at the percentage of the alcohol, it's what?
2.25.
Yeah. So basically, you will burn off that alcohol as you drink it. So it's not beer. And if you buy it, you will look sort of kind of like an idiot. I mean, unless you want to drink non-alcoholic beer. And I respect that. So
it does have one practical use, though, it bears mentioning. If you've already tied a few on and you've got a nice buzz going, the 2.25% Pilsner will keep you at an even keel for a while. You won't get more drunk But you won't sober up that quickly either.
This is the tips portion, I mean the tricks portion of the Tips and Tricks podcast.
How to keep your buzz going.
How to stay drunk for cheap. That's the next one. The other thing I was going to say is if you want to talk about food, like going out to a restaurant and finding deals there, I think we'll talk about that in a later episode. But the one thing I would definitely say is if you have Nova, they have 2-for-1 offers on their app, and I use those all the time. Like all the time I use them. And it's such a good deal to go out to lunch or dinner with a friend and just split the cost of one meal, but you obviously get two. So that's fantastic.
It's absolutely true.
So now we're going to move on to clothes. Where to find cheap outfits in Reykjavik. And you want to start with your stores?
Yeah, I guess Hairtex, which is related to the Salvation Army. I know a lot of people have some issues with the Salvation Army, and those issues are totally valid. So if you don't feel like going to Hairtex, the Red Cross has a couple of stores as well, which is also really good. Like a lot of places that you see selling secondhand clothes will still put them at retail prices.
Absolutely.
Red Cross is not necessarily one of them.
Yes.
And there's Bestseller in Garðabær. There used to be a bestseller outlet on Laugavega, but they closed last September. But the bestseller in Garðabær is still rolling, and this is basically Verumoda in Iceland. So it's a good place to look good and not pay a lot of money.
For me, just as I'm passionate about Costco, I'm also equally passionate about Extralopan in Smáralind. Basically, it's a store where people can rent booths and then sell their own clothing. So they price it and, pick what they're selling. And then the store obviously pays them a percentage of what they sell or whatever. But it's amazing. And it's really the best place if you want to kind of get trendier stuff, I'd say, or brand names. Like you want like Adidas or something like that. That's everywhere in Extralopan. I also find the quality is really good. There's so many different styles and sizes, and I don't know, I try not to buy new clothing in general as like a eco choice, I suppose. And I like these kind of stores because a lot of it's like quite trendy, if that, not that you should follow trends, like be an individual, of course, but
like us.
Definitely. But that's another one. Never mind. But yeah, I really like Extralopan. I've sold clothes there as well, and it's a really great experience. I'd also say, so in Kringland they have something similar called Kringlu Bazaar, and that's the same kind of concept as Extralopan. It has a very large children's section, so if you are like have a newborn or a toddler or a small child, it's a really, really good place to get clothing for them. It's super cheap, and everyone knows how quickly children grow out of those clothing, and there really is no point of buying new clothes for children.
Right.
Not at all. So that's good. There's also Trendport in Kópavur, which is the same concept. I've actually never been there, but I'm told it's good. So I would check that out. And last but not least, for cheap clothing, is there 3 or 2 now?
I don't know how many there are. But
Okay.
Where's H&M?
H&M is what we're going to, yes.
Right down here at Leikatorp. There's one up in Kringland, and I presume there's one in Smáralind as well.
So there's 3. There's 3 H&M stores in Reykjavik. Now, if that's your vibe, check it out. I know some people have moral issues with fast fashion. Totally valid, but of course that is an option. It's cheap, it's good. And they also have very, very good sales there. Very good sales. Again, unless you have moral issues, but that's your choice as the viewer.
Yes.
So next up, we're going to talk about furniture.
Furniture and houseware.
Yeah, where to outfit your house for cheap.
Yes. The most common recommendation that people give on this subject is Góði Hirðirinn, or the Good Shepherd, which is a secondhand furniture store, but as Hannah has pointed out here, they also had some bizarre gems.
Yeah, you'll
from
find
time
some
to
weird stuff.
Like what?
Like, I don't know, you can find like a PlayStation 2 or something weird, like, some weird glasses. Just some random crap.
2.
What?
I'd get a PlayStation 2
Yeah.
like, in a heartbeat.
They have like random crap, like not crap, of course, but you can find weird paintings there, weird books, just like anything anyone got rid of. So it's sort of more than just a store to get your average couch or table. You can find some weird stuff there, and it's very cheap.
It is good for that, though, and I've gotten a couple of couches from there, and yeah, they clean the stuff too. It's not just dropped off there and then put out on the showroom floor, you know. And of course, IKEA.
Yes.
Would be remiss if we did not mention IKEA.
I love IKEA. I love it. I mean, I hate how much I love it, but I find it so inspirational to walk around, and I love the cafeteria. Another good tip for cheap food. For some reason, the cheapest restaurant in Iceland is like the IKEA restaurant, and it's actually really good. So, highly recommend checking that out. Your house, do you have IKEA furniture?
We do not.
Okay.
We got our sofa bed from a Facebook ad, which we'll get to
Okay,
later.
yes.
Later. But yeah, I have gotten a lot of kitchenware from IKEA, though.
Oh yeah, that's good for
Like my
that.
pots and pans, my dishes, it's pretty much all IKEA.
Oh.
So it's good for that as well.
I also wanted to mention Roomfatalagerin in Skevan. It's normal, I think it's fine priced. It's just sort of another option if you don't find something at IKEA that you like. You could go there. It's easy, it's close to everyone, so that's just another option. I got my bed there and I really like it. So
right.
I'm a fan. Anyway, and then last but not least for furniture, I know you love this store.
Well, Flying Tiger. It's great. It's like a dollar store, only it'll hover like around, like the most expensive stuff is like around 2,000 kroner. And this is for like little accessories, a little flair you want to put around your home to make
Personality.
to make your apartment a home. And I've also found like some pretty decent kitchenware. I mean,
Totally.
I wouldn't expect Shinzu knives or anything, but you can find like a lamp and other accents you want to put on the wall, for example. That's a really good suggestion, Hannah.
Yeah, they have like, you could buy like a lamp that's shaped like a pineapple, and you could also buy hair cutting scissors, and you could also buy candles, and you can also buy like a net. Like they're selling the nets that go on your head and then people throw balls into that you can catch. They sell crap like that.
A must for any household.
A must. They sell lots of weird stuff, and it's relatively cheap, so that's always a fun place to check out. Your glasses are from there, are they not?
They are.
Yes.
These glasses are from Flying Tiger. So
Yeah, so
it pays to go to this Danish
Flying
store.
Tiger. And then last but not least, we just have a general category that mainly we're going to talk about some Facebook groups first.
Yeah.
You want to start?
Yeah, like the number one is Gavins, which means free, everything free. And you can't beat free as a prize. And so it's always a good idea to follow that page and see what people are offering for free, usually with a stipulation that you have to schlep out to somewhere to pick it up yourself, but so what? You can get a lot of good free stuff there. Away from Home for Sale in Iceland is another decent group. I'd say just generally like searching for til sölu, which means for sale, in the actual Facebook search bar can bring up a lot of great results, such as Fattasala.
Yeah, Fattasala is like the groups selling clothes will be called Fattasala. There's many different variations of them, but you can search that if you want to find groups specifically for selling clothes. And again, like lots of different options, trendier clothes or whatever.
My wife is looking for a computer this way, actually. She's
Yeah,
found some
you
like
should.
really good stuff, like laptops that have been marked down because the battery is dead.
Oh yeah, so.
And you have to keep it, plugged in all the
like,
time.
yeah, that's
but
fine.
who cares?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for those kind of things like discount electronics or people selling used electronics, you can always go on blands.is for that. I've sold stuff on there, and it's a good place to buy things.
Absolutely, best.
So we went through food, our recommendations, our Costco bonus and Kronan. For clothes, we talked about Hertex, the Red Cross, bestseller, Extra Lopan, Kringlu Bazaar, Trendport, H&M, if that's your vibe.
If that's your phone.
Furniture, Godihidrin, IKEA, Roomfatlagerin, and it's Flying Tiger, not Tiger.
Yeah.
Flying Tiger. And then in general, Facebook groups that offer both free and discounted items. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes. And again, if you have other suggestions related to this subject, please leave them in the comments below. If there's a subject that you want us to cover in tips and tricks, send us an email at grapevine@grapevine.is. Once again, if you want to support us and content such as like this, please consider joining our High Five Club and visiting our shop. And I guess that's all from us today.
Yes.
So see you next time.
Thank you so much. See you next time.